Ever feel like your brain's been tricked by some of the most popular myths out there? You know, those little facts that everyone just knows are true? Well, get ready, because today we're putting those myths under the microscope to see what's real and what's just a figment of collective imagination. Pack your things and let's explore this together. Are you ready to have your mind blown by the truth behind the things you thought you knew? Welcome to this myth-busting adventure. We're all guilty of buying into those catchy myths floating around. From old-timey superstitions to modern misconceptions, myths have a way of sticking in our minds like glue. So today we're peeling back the layers on some of the biggest whoppers everyone's been getting wrong. These myths have woven their way into our culture, popping up in everything from folklore to pop culture. But here's the challenge. Are these myths just harmless quirks, or do they actually shape our decisions in ways we don't realize? Let's put them to the test and see if we're all victims of myth-based living. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll look at these myths in a whole new light. All right, let's unravel this classic myth about mirrors and bad luck. You've probably heard that breaking a mirror means 7 years of misfortune. But how did this idea even take root? It traces all the way back to ancient Rome, where mirrors were thought to reflect not just your appearance, but also your soul. A broken mirror, then, wasn't just a broken object. It was believed to be a fractured piece of your very spirit. Fast forward to the 19th century, when glass mirrors became more common in households and this superstition found its way into daily life. People wanted something, or someone, to blame for life's misfortunes, and a broken mirror fit the bill perfectly. But here's the twist. Scientifically, a mirror is just a polished piece of glass. It has no supernatural ties to fate, no portal to bad luck. It simply reflects what's in front of it. No more, no less. If you drop one and it shatters, the only unlucky outcome is a potential cut finger and some shards to sweep up. So next time you break a mirror, remember, the only thing fractured is the glass, not your fortune. Now let's shed some light, literally, on the real story behind the light bulb. Everyone knows Thomas Edison, the so-called Wizard of Menlo Park, as the father of incandescent lighting. With 1,093 patents to his name, he was undeniably a genius, even establishing America's first research lab. But here's the twist. Edison wasn't alone in creating the light bulb, nor was he the first to spark the idea. The journey began decades earlier in 1802, when British scientist Humphrey Davy demonstrated the principles of incandescent lighting. His invention was groundbreaking, but short-lived. Literally, the bulb would burn out faster than a matchstick, making it useless for practical applications. Now, enter Edison in 1879. His genius lay in taking a fragile idea and refining it, making it durable, efficient, and affordable. But he wasn't working solo. Behind Edison's dazzling success was an unsung hero, Lewis Howard Latimer. Born in 1848 to parents who escaped slavery, Latimer was more than an inventor. He was Edison's secret weapon. As a draftsman, engineer, and inventor, Latimer, alongside William S. Nichols, who helped revolutionize the filament used in the bulb that played a critical role in transforming Edison's light bulb from a brief flicker to a long-lasting glow. Edison's early bulbs used bamboo and cedar filaments, which couldn't sustain light for long. Latimer, however, revolutionized the process by patenting a method to create carbon filaments, extending the bulb's lifespan dramatically. Thanks to his innovation, the light bulb finally became practical for homes and cities worldwide. Latimer didn't just stop there. He wrote the Incandescent Electric Lighting Manual, a guide for engineers globally, and even supervised the installation of major electric lighting systems. So why does Edison get all the credit? Marketing genius, plain and simple. Edison knew how to sell an idea, and Latimer, a modest innovator, remained in the shadows. But today, we can illuminate the truth. Without Latimer's brilliance, Edison's light bulb would never have shone so brightly. How about the enduring idea that cracking your knuckles causes arthritis? It's another pervasive myth that's been passed down through generations, often mentioned by well-meaning parents and grandparents. The popping sound you hear when cracking your knuckles actually comes from bubbles in the synovial fluid within the joints bursting, rather than bones grinding against each other as commonly thought. Several comprehensive studies have thoroughly debunked any link between the habit of cracking knuckles and the development of arthritis, revealing that there's no scientific basis for this belief. However, it's worth noting that using improper technique or applying excessive force when cracking your knuckles can lead to hand injuries or discomfort. So while you can feel free to indulge in cracking your knuckles with caution, rest assured that your joints will be just fine. Here's a myth that's made its way into almost everyone's bathroom mirror routine. Shaving makes hair grow back thicker and darker. People swear by it, but let's take a closer look at what's really going on here. When you shave, the razor cuts each strand of hair at a blunt angle, creating a sharper edge. So when that hair starts to grow back, it feels rougher or coarser to the touch, leading us to believe it's suddenly stronger, thicker, and darker. But in reality, this is just a trick of perception. The thickness, color, and growth rate of your hair are locked in by genetics, like a blueprint programmed in each strand. Whether you shave every day or never at all, those traits aren't changing. They're simply part of you. The blunt, stubbly feel post-shave is temporary. As hair grows out, it returns to its natural, tapered shape and feel. So while your razor might give you a smooth finish, it isn't turning you into a human porcupine. The next time someone warns you about shaving too much, you can safely tell them the only thing growing back thick and strong here is the myth itself. And here's a fun one. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. While it's commonly believed that younger dogs may learn faster due to their youthful energy and curiosity, studies show that older dogs can absolutely pick up new skills given the right approach. With a bit of patience, consistent practice, and positive reinforcement techniques like treats and praise, older dogs can learn just as effectively. So if you've got an older pup at home, don't hesitate to engage them in learning sessions and new activities. They might surprise you with their eagerness and ability to adapt. Whether it's mastering a new trick or learning to navigate an agility course, your older canine companion has the potential to impress. Moving on to crabs. Can they really regrow limbs? Not quite. Crabs have the fascinating ability to regenerate claws if they lose them, but the idea of regrowing entire limbs is a bit of an exaggeration. The process of regenerating just a claw is incredibly demanding, requiring a significant amount of energy and time. This regeneration process involves complex biological mechanisms where the crab gradually develops a new claw over successive molting periods. Given the intensity of this process, the regeneration of a whole limb is not feasible for crabs. This ability, however, is crucial for their survival, allowing them to defend themselves and continue foraging effectively in the wild. So, the whole 10% brain usage myth. Let's take a closer look, shall we? This idea has been around for ages, suggesting that 90% of our brain just sits there, untapped. But according to neuroscientists, this couldn't be further from the truth. Advanced brain scans reveal that nearly every part of our brain is active, even while we're simply relaxing or daydreaming. Each region has a purpose, from processing memories to regulating emotions, coordinating movement, and interpreting sensations. It's not a matter of unused sections, but rather a beautifully complex network working in harmony, only activating specific areas as needed. And no, we're not all secretly genius-level masterminds waiting to unlock a hidden reservoir of unused potential. The truth is even cooler. Our brains are already hard at work, fully engaged and running far more processes than we're consciously aware of. And finally, did you know the carrot myth was actually a wartime secret weapon? Yes, during World War II, British intelligence spread the story that their pilots' incredible ability to spot enemy planes in the dead of night came from chowing down on carrots. The real story? British pilots had access to groundbreaking radar technology that allowed them to detect planes in darkness. But to keep the radar a secret, they credited this night vision to a vitamin-rich, carrot-filled diet. Sure, carrots contain vitamin A, essential for maintaining good vision, but night vision? Not so much. This clever bit of misdirection not only protected a powerful military advantage, but also set off a worldwide belief that carrots could transform our eyesight. Today, carrots are still linked to vision, but don't expect superpowers after munching a few. This myth just shows how easily a little good advice can hide an entire world of secrets. So there we have it, a journey through some of the weirdest and most persistent myths out there. These misconceptions may seem harmless, but they have a funny way of influencing our choices. The question now is, which myth shocked you the most? And are you ready to let go of these long-held beliefs? If anything, today's myth-busting just shows how powerful a little bit of curiosity and critical thinking can be. Imagine all the myths still out there waiting to be debunked. Now that we've busted these myths, who knows what else is hiding in plain sight, waiting to be discovered. Thanks for joining me on this journey of truth and myth busting. If you have a favorite myth from today, or know of one that you're dying to see debunked, drop it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the weird and wonderful world of myths. There's always more where these came from. Until next time, stay curious, stay skeptical, and keep questioning.